What's good with your YouTube? It's your boy T from Teenager Gaming, and today we're trying something completely new. I started off with the idea of doing a daily talks with Ty, where I just talk about daily topics about whatever's going on in my mind. But I realized I might not really have a good topic to talk about every single day, and I might just start coming up with silly ideas. So for today, I want to do a podcast and we're going to try that. And if you like that, leave a like. Also, if you want me to talk about certain topics, you can leave that in the comment section below. Now, with this and what this is going to be, this is where I take my time and we talk about life and important things and things that help you out. This isn't really going to be a ha funny type of podcast. It's going to be a serious podcast and just have you out there thinking about life and what you want to do. And I'm going to try my best, my ability to try to reach y'all on a level that I think I can. And maybe y'all could tell me some stuff that I didn't know. Now, for today's topic, we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about emotions and why they affect us the way they do. Now, some people let their emotions take over the best of them. And some people don't even like to show their real emotions. Like, let me give you an example. Me, I show my emotions a lot because I don't really know how to express myself. So if I care about somebody, I'm going to do everything in my willpower to make sure that they are alright. I can't have somebody that I care about mad at me, because then I feel like, well, what can I do to not have you mad at me? I don't like the whole anger and hate type of thing. Is probably one of the worst emotions you can have for somebody, because hate is a very strong word, and I know you hear that a lot. But when you say you hate somebody, you're saying that you can't stand nothing about them. You don't like that person. You don't respect them with anything. They eat at every inch of your soul. You probably wish they weren't even on this earth with you, or let alone the same state, same city, same town, same area. So I try not to hate anybody. I mean, you're not going to like everybody you come across, but never say you hate anybody. And if you do hate somebody, ask yourself, why do you hate them? Maybe if they did something to you, I mean, I could understand that, but at the end of the day, you have to always forgive people. And some people won't let you know that they're even mad. Some people hide all their anger and bunch that all in. And from personal experience, I can tell you, you don't want to do that. If you hold in all that anger, you're building up something that's very, very dangerous. And once it releases, all hell's gonna break loose, because you might snap on someone who's just trying to help you, or you might snap just because you can't hold any more stuff in. So if you have any problems, either if it's with somebody or yourself, you should always try to talk to people. Like, one thing I do to let my emotions out is I'll try to talk to someone about my day. And that helps a lot. I'm not saying go out and get like a therapist or whatever. You don't really have to do that unless it's something much more deeper than that. But I mean, if you went to work and you had a bad day and someone at work pissed you off, and you go home and you're still thinking about it, you're going to be even more mad when you go on the next day, because you're still mad about what happened the other day. And because you didn't talk to nobody, it's still fresh in your mind. So at my old job, which I hated with, I use that word hated, I disliked that job with a passion. So every day I would talk to my mom, my dad, or any of my friends, and I would just tell them, "Oh man, guess what so-and-so did? I can't believe they did that." And then we would just laugh it off, because at the end of the day, it wasn't that serious, and you don't see those people outside of work most of the time. So you don't even have to worry about none of that. So you gotta talk to people. Maybe you're not talkative, and maybe you think someone out there won't listen to you. But if you don't ask, you won't know. So that's why I always try to be an open ear and open eyes to everybody that I know. Some of my close friends, maybe they don't see what I see. Try to let them see things from a different perspective, and let them hear what I hear. Because sometimes you might hear stuff and it might not be the truth, just about things that's going on in life and how you should handle certain situations and stuff like that. And I don't think that's how you should try everything for yourself once and do everything hands on, and then maybe listen to another opinion or whatever the case may be. So if you don't have anybody, try to find somebody or even write stuff down. I did this in one of my college courses. Not necessarily a journal or a diary, quote unquote, but that's kind of what it is. Just write down what happened in your day, maybe through the whole week, and just write down what happened and just read through it. And then you'll most of the time end up laughing because you're like, wow, I can't believe that really happened. So if you express yourself, it's less to hold in. And then that in the end will make you a happy person because you don't really have much to be mad about. And one thing I see with people is they get mad at things they can't change. You can't be mad at something that you can't change because it's out of your hands. You can only be mad at stuff that you did that you know you could have avoided. You can't be mad at something that happened to you or with you, but there's nothing in the world that you could have possibly done to change that event from occurring. So, but some people just like to at least try to find an answer or a possibility to every event that happens. And sometimes you just can't. Some things just happen for a reason, and you just have to let it lay out. And you could try to build the pieces back together, but sometimes you might just have an unfinished puzzle, and that is what it is. It's just, that's life. Life sucks, and sometimes you just got to deal with it. And dealing with life and not holding stuff in could also make you a better person with vibes. I honestly think if you have a good vibe as a person, more good vibes will naturally come around you. You can have a good vibe, be a good person, and go out randomly in the day and just start walking or something, and something good will come across you. Like, I might sound crazy, but if you're a good person, you will always see things that you're supposed to see. To me, life is almost like one of those adventure books where you got to flip the pages and see what happens next, but you can't really flip back most of the times because you might mess up. So if you're a good person and you have good vibes, you're going to be, the world will put you around other good people for most of the time. And if you do come around negative, which will be someone that has a bad vibe, you won't have to worry about that because you're around good people all the time. So your energy naturally just bounces that off. It reflects it. That way you won't have any bad vibes coming into you. But that takes a long time to develop. A lot of people, they can't, once somebody comes in with negative energy, it's like all that stuff you were doing and you get out of character. And a lot of people want you to get out of character. A lot of people will push your buttons until you burst your buttons. Now, this doesn't happen. I haven't seen it happen a lot because I try to put myself around few people, and those few people are good people. So I don't naturally see this, but some people, like, for example, you might occasionally see this at like a retail store or like something sick, like a store. Like, let's say you're going to buy something and someone's seen that for a different price and you start arguing about it, and then they're calling you all these type of names saying you don't know how to do your job, or like a Burger King or Wendy's, you forgot like a small fry and they're like, you shouldn't be working here, this, that, and the third, and they'll start calling you out your name and you're like, who is this person? Who do they think they're talking to? And you probably just want to get out there and hit them with a Floyd Mayweather 3-piece, but you can't do none of that. You got to just be like, sorry, or whatever the case is, I'm sorry that happened, let me fix this for you. Or if it's outside of a workplace and maybe someone cuts you off in the middle of the street or whatever, and you want to go outside your car and bang on their door and be like, why did you just do that? What's wrong with you? Who the F do you think you are? And you can't do that because maybe that person did it on purpose. Some people just like to do things to see if they can get away with it, and you can't be the person to go out there and give them what they want, because you're not going to win at the end of the day. You can be happy, sad, angry, and crazy. Now, happy people, there's a point to where you can be too happy. Let's switch it up on you real quick. You can be too happy. You ever see those people who are like just always smiling? That kind of goes in with the crazy, because with life and how life is, there is no way you can always be happy 24/7 all day, every day, just happy, smiling from ear to ear. People are going to think you're crazy because every day you can have a good day. Don't get me wrong, but every day out the week, you will have something happen that you don't like. And it could be very small. It could be the littlest thing. But I can tell you, out of 7 days in the week, Sunday, especially Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we go back on Sunday. If you had a good day all week, like not one thing went wrong, then you are living the dream life. And we probably should do like a trading places type of thing, because that's simply that's amazing. That is amazing. Now, sadness and all that can probably come from you just having a lot of bad luck, or just things aren't going your way. And when you're just down in the dumps, you can counteract that by just doing things that you like to do. If you ever feel down in the dumps, just pick up a hobby, and you have to keep your mind off of whatever it is that's making you sad. Now, if it's like a death in the family or something along those lines, something serious like that, you just stay near family and you just talk, and you just cope. That's all you can do. But if you're sad about maybe losing the love of your life, not in death, but maybe just things ain't work out, and she or he or whatever the case may be, it just went wrong, and now you're sad and depressed about it, and you don't want to think about it. But you have to realize there's like 1 billion people in the world. Babies born like every other minute. So there's always going to be other people for you to find. And depending on where you live, there might be someone next door you don't know that might just be the one for you. You don't know who's the one for you. Things happen for a reason. If your relationship ain't go right, maybe it didn't go out for a reason. And then you just build up off of that. So when you get into your next relationship, you know the do's and you know the don'ts. So you don't really want to be sad about stuff like that. I mean, yeah, love hurts and losing someone hurts, but you can't think about it all the time, because you can't bring yourself down, because it's much harder to bring yourself up. So you don't want to spend your time doing that. Now, crazy, which goes with happy. Crazy, how can I explain this? Crazy is when you do stuff without any real reason of doing it. Now, crazy, you could be a good crazy and a bad crazy. And I'm not talking about like killing or nothing crazy like that. You might go out your way and do something for someone, and people might think you're crazy for doing that. But just because you're a happy person and you're a good person and that's what you like to do, you might go ahead and do it. Let me see if I can find a personal example. For example, I've had a friend who we were going somewhere, and we were kind of short on cash and we needed a lot of it. So I just handed some of mine, and we all share in. That's crazy because we're not making a whole bunch of money, but we all share and help each other out. Now, some people might think you're crazy because if you give money, you won't have no money, which is true. But when you're helping out a close friend, then sometimes you gotta do what you can do to help them, because at the end of the day, that's family. It's not blood, but it's family. Because once you know someone for so long and you trust them and you know them like the back of your hand, you just have that spiritual connection. Another crazy is sometimes you might go out your way and do things for people you don't even know. Like me, I might not money, but I might help people I don't know. People used to come up to me at my other job, or just people I don't know that well, and would just be like, yo, I need help. I'm stuck in a situation and I don't know what to do. T, like, what can you tell me? And I would just tell them straight up, this is what you do. Try to do this and see if that works. If not, let me know. Just let me know how you doing. Check in. Like, let me know. That's why I'm going to school, because I want to be a therapist, because helping people is my thing naturally. And I just like people as a whole, just seeing the development of people, seeing someone go from like the bottom of the bottom and rising up and being that person that they knew they always could be. It just takes a little bit of motivation. Now, there's a bad crazy where people just do things to people just because they know they can do it, which goes back to what I was talking about earlier. I know people that might just mess with other people. Like bullying back in high school, that used to be a really, really big thing. I used to see it a lot, and sometimes you have to stand up and just be like, "Yo, why are you doing that?" And it would be, you don't see it, and I don't see it now because I'm older, and all the people I'm around now are much more mature, and that's very immature to even be doing that. But like, I would see kids like get swirlies, like swirlies. I thought that was only in movies. Like, to see a kid get their head put down in the toilet is just ridiculous. You have to step in and you have to be like, "Yo, why are you doing that?" Worst come worst, and they try to start with you, then I guess you just got to handle your business with them, because you don't want to be treated like that. What if someone was doing that to you? But you're crazy. You're crazy because you're messing with people for no reason. So there's something much more deeper than that. There's always something mentally with people that do that, or people that just like to talk crazy about people for no reason. Anytime someone spreads out negative energy, it's because they're not getting anything positive. It's very simple. That's how it works. That's how it's always been in life. It's a negative and a positive. If you're not getting any positives, you won't be going nowhere. You don't get any negatives, you won't be going nowhere. You kind of need both and both. You need positives and you do need negatives. You need the negatives to realize the positives. You need the positives to realize the negatives. I hope that wasn't confusing, because I kind of just confused myself saying that, but y'all knew what I was talking about. I'm trying to keep this podcast done 30 minutes, about 30, 45 minutes. I don't want to keep on going too long. Like I said, this is the new thing I'm trying, a podcast format. And I'm literally no script, none of that. You might see me slip up here and there, but this is no script. I just come on here and I talk about what's on my mind. That's all I can do, and that's all I do for y'all. Now, I'm probably going to cut this here short just for the first episode, because we're around about 17 minutes. I do want to go for 30 to 45, but I'm deciding I'm going to just cut that back for the first episode and leave that to 20 minutes. So in the description box below, just leave a few topics here and there, and I'll try to reach at the best of my ability. If I can't, let me know. Maybe I said something wrong that you don't agree on. Let me know. I am T. And wait. Before I leave, this will be on SoundCloud. Probably not today, but tomorrow will be a playlist on SoundCloud for these podcasts. These are going to be weekly. It probably won't be every Friday. If not Friday, then Saturday. But the next one I will do will be 30 minutes. So depending on what y'all leave me, that's what we're going to be talking about. And if you do like this, leave a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I am T, and I am reporting. Oh no. See ya. If you ever feel like you're down and out in the darkest stuff of yourself, just remember someone is there. If your days seem darker than your nights, just remember you're not the only one in this fight. Grab a hand and hold it tight despite the fact the world is so cold. It's always a warm soul in sight. So don't you go on that rooftop. Don't you dare think about jumping. I know life is hard and I know your mind is racing, rushing to find a conclusion to a story that seems like it will never end. But I know, and you should know, that life is a journey with no shortcuts. Close your eyes and picture the faces of your loved ones if they ever seen your demise. We could all use a little loving. We could all have someone to just tell us that they care, and they shouldn't have to think that they're bugging us. We're all in a time of need, and what we need is a connection to others emotionally, and not by social media. You can favor my words, but can you retweet all the pain? If not, don't double tap my heart. Spread the love and share feelings that you're too ashamed to share. It's okay. We're all human beings. One not any better than the other. I'm not preaching. I'm saving. I'll be the sacrifice only, and I mean only, if we all learn how to use our kindness for greatness and not for trickery and weakness. I forgot to say this during the podcast, but at the end of every podcast, I'm going to leave a poem written by me. And if you still want to see that and you still want to hear that, let me know if y'all want to hear my poems at the end of the podcast. If not, it's cool. But if so, thank you. Now this is a real outro. I'm T. Thank you if you stood here for the whole 18 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever this may be. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the love. Thank you. Don't know how much I appreciate. Every view counts. Every likes counts. I appreciate all y'all for listening and clicking on the link. If something caught your eye, please let me know. Please let me know that you like hearing this. If not, let me know what I'm doing wrong. I am T, and I am reporting out now. Much love.